Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Jason and you watch my channel, Micro Investors. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a SPAC called New Providence Acquisition Corp, ticker symbol NPA. For the reason is that they're going to be merging with a company called AST SpaceMobile, and they are a satellite mobile phone company, and they deal with speeds that are between 4G and 5G. So this is a company that is competitive with SpaceX Starlink, which possibly might also be going public here in the not too distant future. So there could be some potential with AST SpaceMobile. That's what we're going to be looking into. So if you don't mind, as we get started, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, and not leave that like button, because as you know, that helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and it helps spread my videos to more people that might find them interesting. Also, subscribe if you have not already. You can learn in the description how to get your 2 free stocks over at Webull. And if you want to help with this channel even more, I do have a Patreon with a private Discord. Link is in the description, and thank you for all the Patreons. Let's get to it. So this is NPA stock. So since it was announced that they were going to be having a merger, the stock has doubled in price. But just recently here in February is when it really started taking off, which you can see this trajectory here that it's on. So I'm going to show you guys AST SpaceMobile's presentation, but just like all these presentations, they're very repetitive, lots of information on every page that we've already seen a bunch of times. So I'm just going to get you bits and pieces of it that I find interesting that I'm going to be sharing. Now, the way that they're selling this is if you're out of coverage on your regular wireless network and you go out of range, you can get a text message from SpaceMobile saying, you are out of coverage. Would you like to turn your SpaceMobile Day Pass on? Yes or no? And you type yes, and boom, you're on the service. Now, as far as the way that everything works here, this is what does SpaceMobile solve? Broadband connectivity to existing mobile phones when out of range of cell towers. Affordable broadband data, voice, text services to those in rural and remote areas without cellular coverage. Like I said about the SpaceX's Starlink, that's an area where they're in. They're with that whole rural area. That's an area that needs better service. They have ways that they get internet in those rural areas, but it's very difficult. And it would be a lot better if there was a more convenient way. Now they say they're the world's first and only space-based cellular broadband network. That might be true, but we do know that there are growing space broadband networks. That is an area that has a lot of competition in. So when they say they have no competition, they do in a way if you're looking at it as the broadband service. But they say they have 750 plus patent claims, provide technological barriers to entry, and it's also a very expensive area to be into to be doing satellites with anything. But the cost of satellites, like they say right here, the cost of satellite launch costs have fallen 90% since 2008. So the price has come down a lot, which is making something like this a lot more realistic, and especially the technology that has been going into cell phones over the years. The technology keeps getting better and better, which makes something like this much more easier to do. Now, they list their industry-leading strategic partners, and their strategic investors are Vodafone, which they're claiming is the #1 mobile network operator outside of China. Rakuten, I believe I'm saying that right, which is the #1 e-commerce platform in Asia outside of China. American Tower, which is the #1 global cell tower company. And Samsung, #1 manufacturer of mobile phones. And then their customers, of course, are also their investors. But they even have AT&T listed as a customer, which could be really big if this all goes out to plan, basically. Now, since they already have those strategic partners in place, their built-in customer base is already to be turned on. So it's like they're saying it's a turnkey type system since they already do have the partners. So they're going to be able to offer their service to the 1.3 billion existing customers that those services already have in place. Now, they're going to be doing a 50-50 revenue share agreement with those companies and their service. So they already have a business model laid out for wholesale, and that's a good selling point to those companies to say, hey, yeah, join our service, because we can't offer them cell service. It's a good thing for us, and it's a good thing for you. We get money, you get money type thing. So it's a win-win. So they're going to be offering their service in different phases. So phase 1 will provide coverage for 1.6 billion people. Coverage addresses over 700 million unconnected people. So it's going to be in 49 countries across the equator. This general area right here areas where people don't really have good service. So that's the first phase where they're working on, and they're going to start growing the market from there. So it's not going to be something that's focused on necessarily the United States right away. That's an area where they're going to be getting to. Now, they're going to be doing this in 4 phases. So phase 1 will be starting in 2023, and that's going to be with 20 satellites. And like I said, that's the Equator constellation. And then phase 2 is going to be 45 satellites, and that's going to be North America, Europe, and Asia coverage. And then phase 3 is going to be 45 more satellites, and that's going to be full global coverage. And then phase 4 is going to be 58 more satellites on top of that, and that's going to be coverage with faster data rates for everybody. So that's when they're going to be having this thing being very competitive with everybody. So by 2027, they're expecting that they could have about 370 million subscribers by that time with their service. Now, they made a financial projection summary, and keep in mind that this company doesn't have any revenues. They don't have any satellites up yet. So this is all just information that they made to help interest investors into wanting to buy this stock. So just keep that in mind. This isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy this stock. Definitely just do your own research when looking into this. But anyways, so by 2022, they're expecting to launch 20 satellites by that time. No revenues, but by 2023, they're expecting to have 110 satellites up there, and revenues to be at about $181 million. Now, by 2024, they're going to have over 160 satellites by the time, and revenues at that time they're expecting to be over $1 billion. Now, they're expecting this growth to continue over the years, and by 2030, they're expecting the revenues to be at over $16 billion with over 330 satellites by that time. So they're expecting very large growth to happen. So if it all works out to plan, it's going to sound absolutely amazing, but it's definitely something we're going to have to see. Now, currently, the board of directors is people from the companies that are invested, as well as SpaceMobile's CEO, who is also the chairman. But possibly there will be some people that are going to be mixed around a bit once the merger is finalized with NPA. So anyways, I'm personally not going to be invested into NPA at this moment, but I do think that the SpaceMobile does sound very interesting. It sounds like something that I would be invested into the future, but at the moment I do have a lot of speculative SPAC stocks that I'm already invested into, so right now I don't have any room for it, but I think it's an interesting idea. I think it's really cool, so I'd like to hear what everybody's thoughts are on SpaceMobile, and is there anybody out there that is invested into NPA? So anyways, everybody, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.